Hello and welcome back to Entrepreneur Talks Podcast. Season 1 episode will be written on the information of this podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by Womenflix and Entrepreneur Talks Podcast. Feel free to drop a message if you would like to be our guest, if you would like to get our services, and if you would like to share your vision. Womenflix, Yola Bastos, and I hope you enjoy our session today. Mei Phing. He's my guest on Entrepreneur Talks Podcast. She's helping high-performing young executives and entrepreneurs get out of their own way, navigate complex people and problems to create long-term success. She spent the last decade as the top performer in various global multinational companies. She is a culture enthusiast with a deep understanding of nuances between Eastern and Western cultures, having traveled to 37 countries and counting. She knows what success looks like and how to get her young, ambitious clients there without burning out. With her signature P.H.I.N.G coaching method, she helps her clients to leverage their personalities and design practical strategies that makes them grow no matter what. So let's welcome Mei Phing. And all the information about how to find Mei Phing will be described on the podcast today. Let's talk with her. Welcome, Mei Phing, to my podcast. It's such a pleasure to have you here with me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Amazing. So you told me that you are not in UK because, as you know, I'm from London. I'm talking from London, and you're talking from where? Tell us and my listeners where you speaking with me today from.
I'm currently in Malaysia, but I run most of my coaching business online. So I'm pretty much in various countries across Asia at any point in time.
Amazing. Yes, because has your description, the information that you sent to me about yourself, you've been in 37 countries so far, right?
Yes, both professionally as well as personal travels as well.
Amazing. That's amazing. So you are a coach. Well, how can you describe your life coaching, like your leadership coach?
Yeah. So I think traditionally, when we think of leadership, we always think of ourselves as some sort of a team leader or kind of running, and managing a group of people. But essentially, how I see leadership is that you are leading yourself and managing yourself first. So that's what I mainly focus on. So when I work with my clients, I help them to become self-aware of their preferences, their defaults, their personality. We work on communication, listening, and really engaging with people as well as navigating problems. And why I'm very passionate about this space is because I spent the last decade in various corporate positions, fairly senior positions at that. So I've worked with many people from across different countries as well. And one of the common things that I see is that a lot of people, they work really hard.
Yes.
But one of the key skills is really about how to really engage, people and build genuine relationships at work or even in business, and really navigating and processing problems. So that is the kind of leadership coaching that I do.
Amazing. That's really good. And they are and it's common challenges between the young people that you work with, because you work with young people And what are the ages? Like, so I made like 2 questions here, but you can answer one. I realized. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so currently in my coaching business, I'm working with young executives as well as entrepreneurs between 25 and 35. Plus, minus, I do mentor a couple of students in their early 20s as well. Why I'm very passionate about this group of people is because, because myself, I'm also a millennial. We grew up in a very different generation as compared to our parents. So the world is different. We think differently, different perspectives. Everything moves so quickly, right?
Yes, totally. So 25 to 35. What made you to go on that age, on that like between these ages? Because you like to work with them, but were you, when you were 25, you felt different? Because you already mentioned that we're living in a different generation. We're living with a different like even the culture changed a little bit. But what made you choose from 25 to 35?
Yeah. So firstly, because I'm in between this age range, so I feel like this is a group that really resonates with me.
Okay.
Because of them, right? The first point. Secondly, and as you've said, right, when I was 25 and even I would say maybe 25 to 27, and I was working in a corporate job, I also faced a lot of challenges because I was young and I'm also a female, right? So there are some challenges in that space, and myself working in an international bank with people from all over the world. So there are definitely 3 things that I see that I'm able to really resonate with. So number 1 is really the youth enthusiasm, always wanting to do a lot and like to contribute and to learn. I think that part is really great. Secondly, it's really about experience. So how can they still kind of go forward even though they lack experience in years, but not necessarily in knowledge? And that is also one of the challenges that I face, because I leveled up very quickly, but at the same time, when someone looked at me, they're like, "Okay, you look so young. Like, do you really know what you're talking about?"
Yes.
Yeah, so it was uncomfortable. But I guess like once you are really confident that you know what you're talking about, of course, put in the hours at the back end, then you know what, we move forward.
Yeah, it's so true. Sometimes we got these situations. And tell me about your signature. You say it's P.H.I.N.G, which is your surname, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm Mei Phing. So I guess it came quite naturally to say, you know what, my approach is, I'm going to call it the P.H.I.N.G method, the P.H.I.N.G method. So a lot of this method, how I came about this was my personal experience and what actually got me to rise up very quickly in my corporate job. And when I left the international bank, I was the senior director. We were running the business management on the portfolio worth $800 million, and I was working with people from 43 offices at that point. So I'll share a little bit more about what is this P.H.I.N.G. So P stands for personality, because I believe that there is no point trying to move forward, and you can't move as quickly if you don't really know who you are, right? How you think, what are your preferences, how do you process things, and because we all generally pretty much have a default, right? So if you're asking an introvert to say, hey, I need you to go.
Yes. One moment.
She's not. It might be a challenge. A coach or a consultant.
Oh, okay. So personality for P, and then you got more words for the other ones.
Yes.
I'm trying to record
we
this.
move on to H, which I'm calling it the hacker. So this part is really about rewiring your mindset. So a lot of times, we think that we can't do certain things, but it's all in the mind, because sometimes it's just really taking that 1 or 2 steps forward. So I work with my clients to identify what exactly do they want and how much do they want it, right? What is that burning desire?